In this world, there are many things that are fascinating and unbelievable, but some things are more unbelievable than fascinating, and a great example is the Cheras road rage incident, where a Vellfire driver earning 2k ringgit became a road rager. So Boobs, you might have seen the video, it's pretty brutal. Dude ripping open a car door and then kicking the guy inside. Well, that was Saiful Adli Yusuf kicking Liu Kun Fu. So that went viral on TikTok just the other day because people were filming. It's a dead-ass horrible story with no heroes. Basically, what happened was that the old guy hit Saiful's Vellfire with his Proton Wira, and it could have been a hit and run incident because apparently Mr. Liu, the old guy, went and drove away before our so-called hero chases him down, stops him at a red light, and the festivities then begin, leading to like a bruised eye, stitches on his tongue. I have no idea why the earlier judge decided to just fine this guy 5,500 ringgit. But anyway, he's gonna go to jail for like 4 months. And the family is gonna sue. But you know what's the wildest thing that I learned through all this? Apparently, right, the road rager earns only 2,000 ringgit. I'm like, what? But anyway, that's apparently what the lawyer was saying as he was pleading for leniency, saying, "Oh, my client is so remorseful and he won't repeat everything." Despite, by the way, the fact that, again, bro owns a Vellfire and allegedly he has 4 kids, aged between 6 days and 16 years, and a mother-in-law who suffers from a chronic disease. Oh, kasiannya! Only earning 2,000 ringgit per month? But yeah, I'm like, bro, sorry? I don't know if this is a sob story people should be crying about or even if that's an actual grounds for leniency. Because for those of you who don't know car prices, fun fact for you, a Toyota Vellfire is going to cost you like 448,000 ringgit, and that says from 448,000 ringgit, so that's like the minimum price. I mean, dude, if a guy were working for 2,000 ringgit per month, just accounting for the car alone, if you spend no money on anything else, do you know they would spend 18.67 years paying off the car alone, and we're not even talking about the expenses for the kids in the very first place. And also, if you're raising like 4 kids alone, if we make some small assumptions right there, bro, you can expect to spend like 3 million ringgit on them, assuming that you're not gonna send them to like a fancy university or something. And like, if you're looking at all of these numbers right here, you can kind of realize that there's probably something wrong right here. I mean, it's not entirely inconceivable if you're like a Nepo baby, or like your wife's family is very wealthy, or your family is extremely wealthy. Maybe you just started up the business. In which case, then saying that you earn 2k is misleading. Because logically, to sustain the lifestyle you have, you must have a source of funds. So you tell me, I mean like, is it likely that this guy only earns 2,000 ringgit per month? Oh well, because of the reasons I mentioned earlier, like for example, rich family for him, rich family for his wife, lots of assets in mysterious places here and there, maybe it's totally possible. Maybe the Vellfire is used, IDK. But either way, if you're trying to tell me that this is a poor, unfortunate, honest businessman trying to get leniency for his suffering family, like, I don't believe you, bro. This is not one of those scenes where this guy is innocent, harmless. He can talk all he wants about how, oh, I'm sorry, I was on my way to find a breast pump. But dude, you threaten violence. Obviously, you're a relatively younger and physically much stronger person, and somehow you think to yourself that you have this entitlement to go out there and attack people, which it turns out you don't. You know, the sad thing about this though is that like even now, people are unnecessarily racializing this. You can see that in the comment sections, you have some people out there declaring that this is a Chinese thing. The law didn't punish Gui Kok Sin. Oh, if it's a Chinese person that hits someone else, then no jail for them at all. Mostly that's just like yapping. I'm not saying that the law should not take action. I'm not saying that these people should not be punished. And in fact, if you can find evidence, you can convince the judge through legal process that these people should be punished, I'm all for it. I don't know enough about the situation to say that there's bias either way, but really, what we're seeing here is just the kind of low-class behavior and thinking that precisely precisely keeps Malaysia in the sad and backward state that it is right now. But for what it's worth, I think at least one thing is quite clear. Guy on the left, driving his nice Vellfire, is probably a person with some degree of wealth, who also happens to be Malay. And guy on the right, driving a Wira, you can't be concluding that he's like a rich Chinese person or type C or whatever it is that these idiots like to conclude right there. So how's that for stereotypes, bro? Let me guess, are you going to say that actually the 70-year-old dude has a secret and infinite stash of money in an offshore bank account, and this unfortunate trader has been tortured unfairly by the court? But yeah, I want to congratulate the law, the courts, and the judges who, upon finally listening to the statement, decided to come to its senses and put this guy in jail. No heroes here. If you hit someone's car, then you should stop, not run away. But end of the day, taking it to fisticuffs and then literally threatening people is not okay. It never has been okay, and it never will be okay. Still though, at the end of the day, I just have to wonder though, if you wanted leniency, then wasn't there a better way of doing that instead of going out there being all like, I'm so poor, I have no money. But what do you think, Sapoops? Is it believable that this man is in fact an unfortunate and poor man? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all I have to say about that, and bye.